Sakpasi, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Finay. Um, Today we're gonna be talking about HTML. We're gonna be doing Hello World, but with some seasoning, with some flair, making it look cool. So we're gonna do Hello World with HTML and CSS. So let's get to it. Boom. So what we're gonna do here, we're going to create a new folder, okay? And we're gonna call this folder website, let's see, tutorial, okay? Um, all right, boom. From there, we're gonna go to our uh, you're gonna go to your Visual Studio, and then we're gonna check for a new thing. Okay, so we're gonna open it, and then we're gonna open our folder. Right. In this case, this folder is going to be where it's going to be on your desktop. So you're gonna check for it. You're gonna say this is the folder that I'm looking for. All right, website tutorial. All right, we're gonna select that folder. Right, and what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create a new file. Right, so you're gonna click on this button here, and you're gonna create a new file. We're gonna call this file index.html. I'm gonna remove that .html. Right, boom, that's done. Just in case, I'm gonna create a style ls.css. Okay, just to make the website have more design. Whenever you're ready to code, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna double check if we have all our extensions. Make sure you have your live, this one right here, like your live server, because that's the one we're gonna be using for to preview the website. Okay, so download this, make sure you install it, and make sure it's running properly. Okay, once that's done, you're gonna go back to your files, and then we're gonna start coding. All right. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna put this right here. Let's start right here. W screen, and we're gonna put duck type HTML. I'm also gonna put maybe like a lang for HTML. So we're gonna put the language here, and then we're just gonna continue. Make sure to put this all the way down just so you don't get confused, okay? Because this is like where your file is kind of like ending, okay? And then from there on, we're gonna create like a head. Let's call it head right here. Remember, HTMLs are open with this. When you want to close it, it's gonna be head and then a slash like this one right here, right? Like this. Feel me? Like this right here. So that's how you open and close. All right. So we're gonna do this head. That's why it runs like this, and we're gonna call it. In fact, I'm gonna put a title. All right. Let's put a title real quick. Let's go title. Title my web page. We're gonna keep this like this, right? And we're gonna put that web page. Once we're done here, below head, we're gonna create a body, right? Because it's like head, body, like a human body. Okay. So we're gonna put body. I don't know. Let's call the body something like this. In the body, we're gonna put what? We're gonna put our hello world, which is our first website thing. Okay. So we're gonna say h1, which is the size of our hello world. Okay, and we're gonna check it out. I'm gonna say, hey, hello world. Once we're done with this, right, hello world. Once we're done over here, we're gonna save it. So for Windows is Control V, Control S. For Apple, it's different. It's gonna be Command S. Okay, so we're gonna save this file, and then we're gonna make a right click on our page right here, and we're gonna open with live server. Remember when I told you have to download the live server? So we're gonna open with live server right here. We're gonna see it. It says hello world right here. So right now you already have your website. Okay, I want to be clear with this. You already have this website right here. Okay, this is yours. Right, it's not been published, but it is a website that you're currently building. Okay, so this is why it's called my web page. This is why we have the title page right here. It's gonna be my web page. You can change that however you want because we want to put it like this way. We have it like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make sure, hey, you know what? I like the way this looks, but I don't think it looks fun. It doesn't look. There's no flair to it. So that's why we're gonna use CSS to do that. Okay. So over here, we're gonna call meta chart.utf -8. Okay. And then we might also be calling meta just to give it a width or something. All right, let's go meta name viewport. We're just gonna keep it this way, okay? That's it. I'm not gonna be doing more after this, so I'm gonna be putting a link to the style sheet, which is this sheet. The link allows you to call the style sheet here. So that means like that's where you're gonna be making your changes to your design, to your website. So when I call the link, there's gonna be a link, real style sheet, and then make sure like whenever you have a name like this, make sure you name the name of the 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 file is put in correctly, right? Make sure it's put in correctly. If it's not put in correctly, we have a problem. Okay, so if it's like style sheet with an S, styles with an S, make sure to put the S and then that CSS. Okay, name very important. All right. Now we're gonna hit Control Save just to save what we just did just now. Control Save, and then we're gonna continue to our style sheet. Okay, so maybe over here we have the body, right? So that's very important here. We're gonna maybe create like a body file. So we're gonna be like body. I don't know. Let's make sure we can at least put it here. Let's go body. Oh, no capitals, please. Body. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna make changes to the body, which is this what we're looking at right here. Okay. And so we're gonna go body. We're gonna open a parentheses. Make sure you open your parentheses and close them. Right. That's where we're gonna add our design. Right. If we want to add a background, all those things that we can add our background over here to make sure everything is running perfectly. Okay. So you want to add like different backgrounds to keep it simple. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna be putting this code over here because that's something that I had before, which I'm gonna be using over here. Okay. So you're gonna see the background, the linear gradient. We're gonna keep it at 120, and then one thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna double check. Hey, this is this. Okay, the colors and everything. Okay, you can check this. There's something that's been added with what you may call it with CSS, right? Where you can change, you know, the color. Okay, so you can have it and then you can change the color over there. Whatever color you want, you can just put one and you can keep changing it over here. Okay, so me, I just want to add a little taste to it, a little flavor. So we're gonna control save this file too, right? We're gonna control and save it, all right, as we should. And you're gonna see, let me remove this a little bit closer. You're gonna see over here, the background has been changed, all right? And you see this because you can see here, all right? That's how you change the website background, all right? So we're gonna continue and we're gonna add, because this hello world is cool, but it's not. Maybe we should add like a little border around it, right? We're gonna like add some flavor to it too. All right, so we're gonna call it H1. The reason why we're gonna call it H1 is because of what? H1 is this in the body. All right, so this is H1. All right, so every file that's H1 will have that function. Okay, so we're gonna say H1. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna what? We're gonna open our parentheses and then we're also gonna close it. All right, make sure it's always closed and open. All right, and then I'm gonna be inputting some more information. So for those of you that might want these code, they're gonna be on my LinkedIn. I said my LinkedIn, my GitHub. You can go check it out, and then you can see how you can play around with this one. Okay. So once we're done here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna what? Control. We're gonna control save it. Okay, command save it if you're on your Mac, and then we're gonna see the input here. All right. So there's no hover, so that's why like whenever I move here, there's nothing happening. So like right here, there's like no movement from hello world, right? So you can see here, I put hello world background as white. So that's why it's white over here. Okay. If you want to change it, you can like maybe change it over here. You know what I mean? And then make sure to put your control save to double check it. All right. So let's say I put control save here. You're going to see how it's different. Okay. Always make sure to do your control save. Make sure everything is running smoothly. Do I like this? No. So I'm going to go back to somewhere over here. Okay, and then we're gonna hit control save. All right, boom, hello world. So this is keeping the border at blue. As I said, this is like this right here. This is why it's called border. So what I like about style, what I love about CSS is like most of them have is it English, right? So you understand what's in front of you, right? Which you can input, and then you can put the font size and everything. Font size, this, right? Everything is just the same thing. As I said, this is gonna be on my GitHub. It's gonna be in public. I am gonna have it as a web tutorial, a website tutorial, the way it is on the file, and you guys can go check it out. Okay, I'm gonna be putting it in the video too. All right, so what we're gonna do here, maybe we're gonna add maybe a H1 hover, right? I like my hovers because it just makes it look cool, right? Because we cool out here, right? Um, so I just added the hover. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna put Control S, and then we're gonna see the difference of how it actually looks. All right, so over here, you can see it whenever I move the mouse, it kind of does this action right here. And this is how you do your Hello World with CSS and HTML, right? So you can go around and play with this a bit more. If you want to add more letters, if you want to add different section, you can definitely do that. If you want to do your body, you want to do every section of your code differently, that's also fine. Okay, just remember like, hey, stylized CSS is gonna be able to accommodate your taste. Also remember, like you have to call this properly, right? One of the first errors I made when I first started coding is like not calling the file properly. So make sure whatever file name that you have, you calling it in the link with style.css, however is you input it here. Okay, make sure you're doing that properly. Okay, and that's it. I'll be putting the GitHub link down below, so you guys can go check out the code, see how it is, play around with it yourself. And if you learned something new today, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's keep the algorithm going.